coach a kid who just decides, and he's on your team, you're not, or she's on your team, you're not cutting them, they're not going to a different team, you've got them for the whole year.
Yeah.
You know, how do you, time and time again, try to get through to that kid who just kind of does what they need to do to be who they are, instead of treating it with the importance you want them to treat it?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things.
Okay.
First of all, like, I think working with kids is different. I mean, I've got a 13-year-old, my wife and I got a 13-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 7-year-old, right? And, you know, they are different. They're different from PK. I mean, they're different, right? They've got different goals and aims and objectives in life. I think a couple of things are really important in hockey. I think fun is unbelievably important. And it's amazing watching the growth of old-timers hockey. I don't know if all you guys are all too young to play old-timers, but if you play old-timers like me, like, we don't do video, right? We don't stretch, we don't do weights, and basically you can dangle as much as you like out there. And most of the forwards, because I play D, right? And you know the golden rule, D, right? Never trust a forward, right? Most of them don't back check. Ever. Right? They lose the puck and then they just go to the bench. Right? And on our team, we had a little bit of a trouble. You know, we had our meeting a few weeks ago, and I mean, there was some animosity because we got a new rule in. Right? You're only allowed 3 beer before the game. Right? Which is causing a lot, right? And you're only allowed 1 beer in the water bottle. Right? But my point being is they're doing it for fun. And they have tremendous fun doing that. But the fun part is being with their teammates and not having to do certain things. So with kids, I think it's the same. I think they like to have fun. They want to play. They want to participate. They want to be successful. They don't want to be shouted at. They don't want to be screamed at. So I think having fun is important. But I believe, and this is only my personal bias, you got to remember, everybody brings their own agenda, I suppose. For me, I think it's really important to teach kids life skills, because most of the hockey players that you're working with, most of those young boys and girls, right, will not play in the National Hockey League. They will not play in the American Hockey League. They will not play Major Junior, right? What they will do is they're going to go out and become really good citizens of Moncton and New Brunswick in the world. And they're going to put their kids into sport and so on. So I think it's really important to teach life lessons. Like, well, why is it important to do things really well? Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you get one up, right? So here's like these sort of one, right? Sharpen one skate and half sharpen the other. We'll see how that goes. Right? Like, you know, like there's a right, or I don't know, like cover up half the net. I don't know, like what you're trying to show them, look, you got to do certain things well, because if you don't, the enjoyment that you want doesn't happen. It's a bit like fitness. I hate fitness. Like, I hated it. I used to play a lot of rugby when I was a lot younger, and I hated the weight room. But you know something? The fitter I was, the more I enjoyed rugby, right? So we're just trying to, I think, really important, like trying to teach kids that, you know.
If you teach them that through strategy, in
Yeah.
terms of when you attack the other team's zone, where you want them to take the puck in, but once you get in there, be as creative as you can.
Yeah.
By getting them to have the discipline, I hate to say do it your way, but learn from that way and give them options after that, what they can do and how
Yes.
they can be creative.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, when you go to work for somebody, you got to do it their way,
Right.
right?
Yep.
And teach them that some of the fun will come from gelling as a team and doing it the one way and seeing if you can succeed.
Yeah, but you know what's funny about that? And you know, now I guess I put on my psychologist hat. Trying to understand how people work and how their brains work is really interesting. Like, one of the things that we really like is freedom to do certain things. When we love this notion that you guys can get up and leave anytime you like, right? But you can actually play with that a little bit. I'll give you an example. When I coached rugby at the University of Victoria, I became the head coach there. Rugby was a big program, full-time coaching staff, lots of 16 full-time, like assistant, a big program. And the tradition there for a long time was that the players got to pick the captain. Right, so they had a role, right. Well, I came in and I wasn't going to have that because I need to have a captain that I can work with. So how do I get the captain that I want and they get the vote? Well, how am I going to do that? Well, it was pretty simple. Right, I said, look, folks, you get to pick the captain. Right, and I don't want to upset anybody, right, and embarrass anybody, so we'll just do it by secret ballot. So here's your sheet of paper. Put your name down that you want. Do what I did, and then I just picked whoever the hell I wanted. Right? And everybody's happy because you all had a say. Same thing with out on the ice. And this is what scares coaches. I tell players, and this is where I get in trouble, when you get the puck, whenever, like if I'm working with your team and you're coaching, right, and you're going to be very upset at me, but I would tell your players, anytime you get the puck, do whatever the heck you want with it. I don't care where you are, just do whatever you like. Now you're panicking. Right? But think about it. He's a forward, I'm a D-man. He's got the puck and he's coming at me. Okay? Okay, coaches? Righty? So he's entering the zone. Okay, it's two forwards, 2 D, right? He's got the puck and he's coming at me. Now you guys want me as a D-man, right, to do certain things, right? Like you got it right, you got it right. As a forward, he's got the puck entering the zone. You're going to coach him to do certain things, right? What could he do with the puck? Well, let's look at all his possible options, right? First of all, you could stop and pick it up. Yes, he could. Yes, you could stop and eat it. You could stop and sit on it. You could stop and shoot it at their bench. You can stop it and hit the friggin' popcorn cellar with it, right? There is actually 2,000 things more that you could do with it, right? And I'm telling you to do whatever you like, right? My money is, even given that freedom, he'll do probably one of 3 things. He's either going to chip it in, he's either going to pass, or he's either going to take me home. You have 5,000 choices, but 99.9999% of the time, you're going to do one of those 3. And not only that, you've been working on it in practice about what you're going to do when you enter the zone. I bet you one of those 3 options is going to happen 9 times out of 10. But you're panicking because you think the kid's going to stop and eat the puck. Like, what are you panicking about? Tell the kid, go out there, go for it. Right? So the kid's feeling really going to be